And hello, YouTube, and welcome back to another episode of The Zone TV Movie Entertainment with me, your host, Jonathan. Once again, bringing you my thoughts and review for tonight's episode of Batwoman Season 2, Episode 12. Gotta say, right off the back, very okay episode. I'm not gonna say this is a great episode. I'm not gonna say this is a okay episode. It was just decent enough. It did have its moments where I'm like, okay, that's clever, because CW has only a certain amount of toys to play with in the DCE universe toy box. Now, in this episode, it starts off with a prisoner coming out of jail, and this prisoner is known as the game master, I believe, or the quiz master, one of them. Clue Master, something, one of those names. I forgot the name already. I apologize. He's kind of like a wannabe Riddler ripoff character. Now, I'm not sure if they actually took this from the comic books, this character, or they just made it up because they're not allowed to play with certain DC characters in the DC universe, in particular Batman. Batman has certain enemies and rogues gallery characters that they can't touch. For instance, the Joker, the Penguin, the Riddler, all those guys, they can't touch. I'm pretty sure some of them can be used. I'm not 100% sure that they can. But since the Riddler is coming out in the new Batman movie by Matt Reeves and Robert Pattinson, I think DC and Warner Bros. And CW was like, hey, listen, we don't want to confuse people right now with the Riddler, so you can't use the Riddler. So we got this cheesy guy version of him, and in this episode, you have Ryan, Sophie, and Mary having to find out who this guy is and what he's up to. Apparently, he wants to go after Sophie for imprisoning him in the first place. And, so it takes the three girls into a venture trying to solve his riddles, his little puzzles, if you will, his puzzles. And for what we got, it was okay, It was like the first episode we really got to see Batwoman without actually having Batwoman, because we got to see Ryan just be herself and trying to figure out a crime without actually having to use the costume. Especially when she's has no choice, especially when she's right next to Mary and, of course, Sophie. Obviously, Mary knows the secret, and, of course, Luke finds out as well. He gets involved in helping out the situation. While that all happens, you have Commander Crow. He's going all wonky because he took too much of the snake venom, the drug that Black Mask is distributing out there in Gotham. He took too much of that to a point where Alice, who's been captured by Black Mask, and his daughter Sire, played by Willa Days, and who is the new Kate Kane, which they changed her because Cyrus wanted his daughter back, and she apparently died in prison, and now he blames everybody for that, and he just wants his daughter back. So he took Kate Kane and made her his daughter by messing up her mind. So that's where we are now. So that was pretty interesting. And of course, Alice, the trickster that she is, she conned her way out of being killed. First, Cyrus Black Mask wanted to figure out who is Batwoman. Obviously, Alice did not give that up right away. But, she said, hey, listen, your daughter here needs a new face. I'm very good at that. Let me do it. We all know what she did helping out Mouse. On also Hush as well. She helped create the masks and faces to blend in with people. So, she figures, I scratch your back, you scratch my back kind of thing. So we got to see that. That was pretty interesting. And, of course, the big reveal at the end, seeing Willa Days appear as herself, as Kate Kane, and Alice recognizing her sister. Now, how is she gonna try to convince the bad girl that she is actually Kate Kane and not Cyrus's daughter? Who knows? So only time will tell. But for what we got, pretty interesting reveal. That was pretty cool. I enjoyed that for what. And of course, next week's episode is gonna show us. Apparently, now that Sophie knows the truth, and she told Ryan, hey, listen, I know you're Batwoman, and they're friends about it, somebody figures it out, and next week's episode, apparently, Ryan and the team get locked up in prison. So, How they're gonna escape from that? How they're gonna avoid the police? Only time will tell. We have to wait to see what happens next week. But interesting episode. The villain was whatever. I mean, what can he do? They had a villain that they really couldn't actually use. So if they wanted to use the Joker, they probably can't use the Joker, and they'll just have some guy named Bozo the Clown or something. So that's what they have to work with. I'm not mad about it, but the fact that they got some bootleg Riddler character playing with puzzles and stuff. So yeah, we got to see them do some cool mystery solving. So that was interesting. So yeah, leave me a comment below. Let me know what you guys thought about the episode, and stay tuned for more. Thank you very much, and have a good night.